The Weirton-Steubenville area is an extremely resilient community. We're very self-empowered, but Appalachia has dealt with generations of food insecurity. And food insecurity is when you don't know where your next nutritious meal is going to come from. So there are a lot of people who are currently rising to the occasion and coming together and helping with this resiliency as we face this new challenge of Covid-19 in 2020.
We have seen people they want to make sure people are taken care of. And that don't happen everywhere. We're blessed here. We have a great community here. And I think the fact that, we come from a hard-working people. I've been here a little over a year and a half, and I've heard the stories about the people in the steel mill and the jobs and the things they used to do. You have a very hard-working people who really want to make a difference. And, some people themselves have been through hard times themselves, and they understand. So it just echoes how great this community is.
Hello, yes, I'm Stan Dombrowski. I'm the director of the Smithfield Friends Food Pantry. Things have changed quite a bit with the COVID since last March. Originally and normally we have a two-pronged food pantry. The first is a choice pantry where people go in two at a time. They pick their own items off the shelf, but it's usually a little bit more of a lengthy process. Sometimes people are here up to a couple of hours because we do 2 orders at a time. Our second part of that was a pre-box pantry where it's pre-boxed and it takes the people usually less than 45 minutes to go through the pantry. Since the COVID has started, we now have just a drive-through pre-box pantry for everyone. The people come up in the parking lot, we sign them up by computer, and they don't have to get out of their vehicles at any time for any reason. We averaged last year 200 families per month. So far this year, since the COVID, we've been averaging between 240 and 245 families per month. So there's been quite an increase, and we will continue the drive-through as long as the COVID lasts.
We don't have that much contact with the people anymore like we used to have. The only contact we have now is with each other, but then we're protected because we always wear the mask and protection.
I'm a Vietnam veteran, I retired. I wanted to do something for somebody else. A friend of mine told me, why don't you check this out, Ed? I was going to do Habitat for Manatee, but he said, check this out, Ed. So I came up and I told Dawn, I'm here to be a volunteer. Dawn said, okay. And I said, look, I'm not sure if I even want to do this. I want to see what goes on. First day we unloaded the truck. Okay, I didn't know nothing. Well, I went out there, and that day I come back, I went out there and there was a little boy crying in the car. Mommy, look at all the food. I grew up very, very poor. I didn't have this. That's why I'm doing this. And I told Dawn, look, told him, swear, that little boy cried about all that food. I'm gonna be here the rest of my life.
As COVID has gone on and on, there's a lot of new people coming, so people who had not needed assistance before, and I've just had many people talk about issues with jobs. I just had a gentleman last week say, I was just laid off for the first time in my whole life. I don't even know what to do or where to go from here. And there's a lot of people who were laid off maybe at the beginning of COVID who are still laid off. So it's just really having an impact in the long term.
We're resilient. We're addressing it and we're resilient. But we can only do that if we help each other out. The other thing is the numbers have increased. We slowly started out with 8 to 9 individuals, probably a month at first. We didn't have a large gathering, and it's now up to 273 individuals a month, consisting of about 60 to 64 families. The other thing is that a lot of the folks have said to me, this is the first time I've never used a pantry before.
This community comes together in times of trouble, in times of need, because that is the way that we have been raised and the way that's part of who we are.